Hello, my name is Emily Yates,
And I'm Joel Cruz.
and our project is called BraniApp. BraniApp is a play off of the word brainiac. When we were coming up with the project for this, we thought we'd first define what is biology. Biology is the study of living organisms, and humans are obviously living organisms. So we kind of went down the organization system, ecosystem, biosphere ecosystem, and we went on all the way down to organs and organ systems. And we thought, in the human body, what is the most important organ? We came up with the brain. I mean, it's what makes you who you are. It's your control panel. So that's how we came up with BraniApp. BraniApp is going to be an educational application that teaches about the parts and the functions of the human brain through different series of mini games. So what's the problem? Why are we creating BraniApp? First of all, there's no real standard for educational applications out there. From an article entitled Putting Education Back in Educational Apps, it says there's simply not the time, money, or resources available to evaluate each app as it enters the market. Thus, educational apps are largely unregulated and untested. We also see that there is a lack of variety. And most apps out there are basic skills in math and in language arts, which then implies that there is really a lack of science-oriented apps. A study was conducted, and they interviewed parents, gave them a questionnaire, and asked them their thoughts about educational apps for kids. The parents generally agreed that their kids learn a lot from educational apps, and also requested that a lot of science-oriented apps be created. So the question we're kind of asking is, can we develop an Android application that educates users about the parts and functions of the brain while still being really fun and really engaging?
Now, there's a lot of unanswered questions about the brain, like what is consciousness, why do we dream? So it's up to the future generations to answer those questions. So we're going to use this app to rather gather interest in the field and hopefully have those children of today answer those questions of tomorrow. So our hypothesis is, if we develop this app, then we will develop interest in children to follow the field. Now, the engine we're using is Unity, and Unity provides two options of programming languages, including C# and JavaScript. And I chose C# because I know more of C#. And the platform we're using is Android, and there's a lot of companies that are in the education and children genre. So those are the following companies, including Curious Hat, Cognitive Kid, and Naya Apps. Now, EA, as well as you know, is rather local. It's within 40 miles. And the owner of EA recently donated $6.5 million in a children's book. So they are also interested. So we're going to go through standard game development stages, including pre-production stage, which is the stage we're in right now. So we're going to start developing the mini game ideas as we speak. And then the production stage, we're going to be actually developing the app. And the post-production stage is where we're going to start testing the app, giving it to other students, and checking the quality, and also fixing any bugs. Now we're going to be using the Cyber Gaming Lab for our audio recordings and all that.
So since Joelle and I have very different majors and degrees, and mine's logistics, it makes it a little hard since we're creating an app because there's no packaging and there's no transportation involved. So I'm going to be working on the marketing of BraniApp. So kind of my first step is to make sure that BraniApp really stands out from among other apps out there, because there's hundreds of thousands of different apps. And our way to do that is we're going to be listening to and incorporating advice from parents and students, because the main way to make an app stand out is to give them an app that they're really looking for and what they're really wanting. We will be gradually releasing BraniApp, so we'll be putting the initial version out there. It's going to be free, and as our user base grows and as we come out with more versions of BraniApp, better versions, there will be a price for more in-depth versions of it. There's our citations. And any questions?
Actually, go
He's
into
gonna
questions.
pour something.
Yeah. Never mind. Go back to questions.
Any questions?
All right, questions.
Can you put up the slide with the games?
Sure. Well, maybe we can.
Okay, here is a question from your mentor.
Okay.
So it's actually kind of funny that an old joke, like, why do you think the brain is the most important organ in your body? It's because the brain told you so. But all right, So you're targeting parents and students as well. Is there a specific grade or an age range?
Kind of starting around the age 8. Kind of right now it's like 8 to possibly 14. So it's not going to be really, really little. And it's kind of going to be really fun and engaging, and it's going to have a lot of interesting information that teaches about the brain. So it'll kind of work, like adults will probably be interested in it, but it's meant for the 8 to 14 range. Yeah. Yes.
What was that file you're trying to open?
That was the actual,
So you do
Project.
have some like stuff set up already?
yeah.
Yeah, we have like the start page. Is that
Start
what
page,
it is?
we have the,
Right now we're
because
kind of,
it's the brain of the mini games are going to be cut up in sections of what the parts of the brains are. So what we've done already is have the we have it so that whenever there's a picture of a brain right now. The start page, you enter that, and then there's a picture of the brain. It has several. It's cut up in several parts, and whenever you put your mouse over it, it's going to be highlighted, and you enter that page, and then that's the
Minigame.
for
So-
each part.
right now we're kind of studying the brain, learning about all its different functions, and kind of sketching out mini games that'll be teaching the functions.
And it works. It does. I don't have Unity installed in this computer, which is why it works.
Yes.
How in depth to the brain are you planning to go?
Well, we're going to go through specific functions. For example, the short to long-term function.
Memory.
You're aware of that?
short-term,
Okay,
long-term
so
memory.
yeah, we're going to have a mini game for that. For example, we can use the indents of the brain to have a maze, a timed maze, to represent the short-term to long-term function.
Yeah, so not really, really in depth, just kind of the basic functions and interesting facts about the brain will be put through games.
Okay, so first off, I really like the way you presented your topic. Okay, that was very nice. It went through the whole scientific investigation, you know, from the question to what you really want to do. So I really commend that, was very good. As far as your application, so you're targeting an 8-year-old, right? Who wants to just play most of the time. I have an 8-year-old, and they do not want, you know, a lot of something that is always educational.
Right.
So in a sense, you know, they always want where it's fun to look at. So if you've got an 8-year-old and you're gonna open a website that has a brain in it, you know, do you think that would be enticing for an 8-year-old to like
See-
look and like, oh, I'm gonna be tested on this. I don't wanna get the
Well-
test. I wanna play. So do you think you can make it more appealing?
Yeah,
there?
there's going to be a lot of really fun graphics. It's not going to be, we went out
There's
to
less
app
words
stores.
than there are the actual game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's literally just a game. You click on the part of the brain and you're right in the game. It's not going to be a test. It doesn't look like this. However, the
Right.
marketing is going to be directed to parents who are going to force their kids to do.
Well, that's
This is now a battle between the chicken and the egg, right? Who convinces, the parents or the children? But I think being a parent myself, I would say you target the kids. It's like Disney World. Disney World target the kids more than the parents. Once the kids are enticed, the parents are pulled.
right.
If the parents are enticed, the parents have to either do the carrots and stick, you know, to like, you need to do that, you know. So I would suggest, and I don't know if that would be possible, right? That you make, so I'm all for this, like brain especially, you know, because it's very, very interesting to understand the brain. But I guess you would have to make it more where maybe the brain would, you know, look like you said, a maze or
Yeah.
some stuff in there that's interesting to look and not just really brain-looking thing.
Right.
So more cartoony? Can you make it
Yeah,
more?
we went to the App Store and we looked at what's out there right now, and a lot of them are either really, there's not anything that really explains the brain, and if there are, it's really cut and dry and really
Mhm.
informational. So we're going for something that's really kind of new, really fun graphics, really exciting.
And games, less text.
Yeah, interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's cool. That would be really cool. So, what would be the expected poster result that we can get out of this? You think you will be in the next level, you know, so out of this, by November, you're gonna be presenting in a poster the results,
Yeah.
right? So, and this is probably a lifetime, you know, project to get into where you want to really get into. But what would be the next
I
step
think
that
you're
you probably
underestimating my programming
can
skills.
accomplish? What would
We
be-
definitely want a bunch of sketches of the mini games done.
Okay. Is
So
that
we'll
possible?
probably.
You can
I
have
think
that.
that'll be possible to have sketches of the mini games, and hopefully we'll have like a really small initial version that maybe has, one, maybe two
Yes,
mini
just
games.
something.
More the entire.
Yeah,
done.
He's
the
hoping for the
first,
entire.
initial thing, if you can just
Yeah.
do something like that where people can see, and then, if I'm the company and I'll look, because like I said, you guys need to know that this is an open public presentation later. And we will be inviting people from different companies that you have identified. So if you say, especially the local ones, we can let them come in, and then they'll see your program, your ideas, and if you can deliver something that they can like, oh my gosh, this is actually a very good starting point, we can help you develop that. So this is why I'm, trying to see if you can come up with something already by then, it would really be a good thing for you guys.
Do you have a group of students or parents already identified who might be able to help test?
Not yet, but
Yes,
I have a
it's
ton
great.
of siblings, so.
That's the post-production stage. We haven't considered that yet.
Not
We're on the.
necessarily post-production, but even while you're iterating through your design, you want that feedback.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't want to complete a project only to find out, hey, it's not working as I expected, or it's not engaging students.
That's good advice, Mr. Mentor.
Yeah, we'll be setting up a group.
That is true, that actually is true. So, like, if you get the first step, for example, like this is you can send that to your test groups of parents and kids. Do you think this is acceptable? What's your feedback? Is this right? Because then in the process of building it, you are guided according to your prospect clients.
Yeah.
That is really a good idea, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Any other questions, ideas? None? Well, group, you did a very good job. Thank you.